So I just wanted to take a look at where the Packers are right now when it comes to their overall plan for the future, starting off last year bringing in Jordan Love. And I wanted to start here by showing you the Packers, and this is every year since 2008 when Aaron Rodgers took over as starting quarterback. This is Packers Encyclopedia from Pro Football Reference, pro-football-reference.com. And when Aaron Rodgers left the Packers, we were all wondering if Jordan Love could take over, become the QB, and play at a high level. He clearly proved that he can, and he did. And you can see just how the Packers didn't really skip a beat, going 8-9 in 2022. Jordan Love takes over. They go 9-8. You can see on the right side it has offensive rankings. Points, 2022 were 14th. 2023 moved to 12th. Their defense, good when it came to points allowed at 10th overall. Not as great when it came to yards. And so the Packers had a good first season under Jordan Love, and they're honestly, when you look at the 2023 season going into it, there wasn't much more that you could have asked for a team to come in, such a young team, and to have the success they did down the stretch, winning a playoff game, making it to the divisional round. And I want to look back at Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre and their careers, and really how long it took for them to get their first Super Bowl and find playoff success in their careers, and sort of see the steps in the years it took for them to, reach that level of overall team success, because Jordan Love is sort of in that beginning process. And Aaron Rodgers, he didn't win his first playoff game till his third season, which is the same season that the Packers won the Super Bowl in the 2010 season. And so Jordan Love, already in year one starting, is a couple seasons ahead of Rodgers when it comes to the fact that Jordan Love actually won a playoff game, where Rodgers took 3 years to win his first playoff game. Aaron Rodgers did make it to the playoffs in his second season, lost in the wild card round. That was a crazy game. And then in his third season wins the Super Bowl. Now, when you look at Brett Favre, it took him a little bit longer to get that ultimate Super Bowl success. He won his first playoff game in his second season starting, so Jordan Love had both of them beat when it came to finding that early playoff success, which I think is a good sign of things to come for Jordan Love in his career. And then Brett Favre did lose in the divisional round in 1993 season, which was his second year. And then his third season, lost in the divisional game again. His fourth season, lost in the NFC Championship. So you can see him, slowly progressing farther and farther in the playoffs. And then in his fifth season, he wins the Super Bowl in the 1996 season. And so looking at where Jordan Love is right now, his career, just based off of team success, playoff success, is already off to a better start than both Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre's career. And, of course, you can't take what Jordan Love did in this first season and say, okay, well, if he won a playoff game his first year where they didn't, then that means, the Packers are going to win a Super Bowl next season. That may not happen. It very well could, I think, based on the team the Packers have built around Jordan Love. But I really think that we have to give props to Brian Gutekunst for the way that he was able to create this team and create a roster that has found so much success so early in Jordan Love, his career starting for the Packers. And so the question going forward is Jordan Love going to be able to get to where Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers got, winning a Super Bowl? Of course, they both won one, both of which were pretty early in their career. Unfortunately, neither of them were able to get another one. And hopefully Jordan Love can first off win one Super Bowl and then hopefully get that second one, which both Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre were unable to do. And, looking at when they won the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers, his third season, Brett Favre, his fifth season. And so I think that we have a good stretch of time where Jordan Love is going to have that opportunity to consist. I just think how good Jordan Love is, the Packers will consistently have a chance in the playoffs like they did with Aaron Rodgers, considering how good Jordan Love played last year. And the one factor that I think is going to determine, how quickly the Packers win a Super Bowl with Jordan Love is their defensive performance. Because I was looking at these stats, and the one year that the Packers won the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, it was the one time he had one of the best defenses in the NFL. Back in 2010, the Packers in the overall ranks had the number 2 scoring defense in the NFL, and it's no surprise that in that one season, the Packers ended up winning the Super Bowl. And there were only 2 other times in Aaron Rodgers' career that he had a defense that finished from 1 to 9, so like within the top 10. He had the 7th ranked defense in 2009, so a year before he won the Super Bowl. And then the next time he had a defense that was within the top 10 was in 2019. The Packers had the 9th best scoring defense in the NFL. And so there are tons of seasons where the Packers defense, I think, was really holding the Packers offense down. You look at, 2011, 2012, the Packers had the number one scoring offense in 2011, go 15-1, lose the divisional round. The fifth best scoring offense the next year, 2012. 2013, the eighth best offense. 2014, the number one offense. But in those years, they had the 19th best defense, 11th, 24th, 13th. And so that's what it's going to come down to, I think, for Jordan Love is, at some point, your defense has to play well for you to find success in the playoffs. And I think there could be some circumstances where maybe you have a more mid-tier defense and your quarterback plays at such an extremely high level that he really carries your team to that success. But even Aaron Rodgers, with the offenses the Packers had, the defense, I think, did hold Aaron Rodgers back a lot in his career. And, you look at Tom Brady over the years, he had so many top-tier defenses, and I think that if Aaron Rodgers had the defenses that Tom Brady had over his career, he would have more than one Super Bowl. And in Aaron Rodgers' playoff games, his offenses have averaged more points than Tom Brady. So that is an interesting statistic. And so that's a question coming into 2024 for the Packers is, can this defense play at such a level that it can really take the Packers farther than they were, went last year? The Packers had the 12th best offense, 10th best defense when it came to points allowed for the defense. And now with Jeff Hafley coming in, can the Packers push to being, a top 5 defense in the NFL? Because if that's the case, then the Packers have a really good shot at actually making a deep run in the playoffs. And the thing is with the playoffs in the NFL, it's like you just have to get hot at the right time. You may not even have the best team during the year, but if you can just get hot for those, 3-4 games, you have a chance, but you have to have a good defense. And so that's the question that I have is, can this Packers defense, elevate this Packers team overall? And just on paper, what the Packers have done this offseason on defense, bringing in Jeff Hafley, bringing in Xavier McKinney, drafting some nice pieces early in the draft with Edgerrin Cooper at linebacker, with Javon Bullard at safety. I do like what the Packers have done on defense, and I'm very hopeful that they can be a very good defense, but you don't really know until they get in the field and start playing really what this Packers team has. I think that there is a lot in place right now that should allow the Packers to have success, but that's just something we have to wait and see, where we can talk about it all offseason and be optimistic based on the moves the Packers made, which I honestly am very optimistic. And hopefully we will see that actually come to fruition with the Packers defense playing at a top-tier level. And so it's going to be fun to watch over the next few seasons to see if Jordan Love can really get to that level of success where with Aaron Rodgers, it was pretty much every season, you felt like you had a chance to win a Super Bowl. And I feel like if the Packers didn't win a Super Bowl, then you were sort of upset because that's just sort of the way that this team was seen overall. Just when you have a talent of Aaron Rodgers, it's like you expect to have that highest level of success. And so it's going to be fun to watch Jordan Love over the next few seasons. But if you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.